I got a vacuum down there. You got food crumbs down there. I got a vacuum down there, buddy. And I know that's gonna make you mad. Do I have any ice left? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I should go get me some. Nose running. And I know that fan is gonna make it run even more. What time is it? 6:30? Somebody should come. I probably could have did that off camera, but nobody's here. So no one is here yet. I'm looking for a photo. I'll just use this one. I know it's going to be bad because YouTube don't like to send out more than one dang on notification a day. But I'll wait and see if some people show up. I need to take my hair down while I'm sitting here waiting for people to show up. I'm still trying to figure out if I want to take it down today, tonight, or wait and take it down later. I need to get that text system that some other YouTubers have to text their subscribers when they go live. I need to figure out how to do that, because I don't know how to do it yet. I wonder who that was. Who was that, Poochie? Who was that? Gizmo is still not feeling well. I don't know. Should I just do the video and just upload it? Probably. If people show up, they show up. Today's video, I wanted to say that Dalvin, is that boy's name Dalvin? Yeah. Dalvin made a video today. And I'm glad that he's getting back to his regular, his regular uploads and doing videos. Because he's going to have to. Just because Ellie is gone doesn't mean that he should stop making videos. And it was good to see him. His rhythm is off. And it's different when you don't have anyone to, bounce back and forth with. You don't have that banter. You don't have anyone to bounce ideas off of. It's just you doing videos by yourself. It is totally different when you're used to having someone there with you. I guess I could have at least put on some earrings. And they right here. Like, yes. Put some earrings on, girl. I'm like, what is missing? I'm looking at myself, trying to figure out what was missing. and it was my earrings. And I had them sitting right by the computer. So, yeah, when it's just you, um, and you don't have, if you're used to having a co host and you don't have the co host, it's just one person, then of course the energy of the video is, going to be slightly different. So he's just going to have to get in the rhythm of it being just himself. He said that he is going to, he does have some pre recorded videos. So he wanted to let people know that he is going to be releasing those pre recorded videos. So it will be some videos with Ellie. And, people just are going to have to understand that they did record some videos together and they had some in the can before all of this stuff happened. Hey, beautiful magic. I'm just talking about Dalvin released a video today. And I'm glad to see him back to making videos and posting videos because he gonna have to get back. A breakup is just that. It's a breakup. And you got to go back to, if YouTube is what you do and YouTube is all that he does, then he has to get back to making videos. And I'm glad to see him doing that. And one other thing, like what the video title implies is his auntie made another video today. Don't know what she's talking about. Don't have a clue as to what's going on with this situation. Because you can tell that Adrianne does not watch. Adrianne don't watch Dalvin's video. The only videos that Adrianne watch are videos that are about her. If someone puts her name in the title, she's going to watch that video because she loves the drama. But watching Ellie's videos with Dalvin, she didn't watch that. She didn't even watch their channel. She didn't watch Ellie's videos by herself, and she definitely didn't watch Ellie and Dalvin's videos together. She didn't even know how to pronounce Ellie's name. She kept saying Ely. Oh, is it Ely? Is it? If you watched her channel, you would know how to pronounce her name because Ellie says it on her channel that it's Ellie Soul. So if you were watching her videos before all of this stuff happened, you would know how to pronounce her name. She didn't even know what the girl's name was. But because she is Dalvin's aunt, she feels like she should have something to say. But if you're not even close to Dalvin, you don't even talk to Dalvin, you don't even watch his videos, then you really have no more to say than people like myself who are just watchers. Because I don't even think, to be honest, I don't even think that I'm subscribed to, Dalvin, not Galvin, Dalvin with the D. Yeah, that's Beloved's son. I don't even think I'm subscribed to his channel. I think I was just watching. Let me see, did I ever subscribe? Your take? No. I'm not subscribed. So I was just watching because all of, the stuff that was going on. I never even subscribed to his channel. Now, I did subscribe to Ellie's channel because, her content was more feminine or female friendly. Not that his content is not female friendly because it was the two of them, but her content was, more beauty and stuff related, hair and stuff like that. So I felt like I would be more interested in that than I really would be a mukbang channel. Plus they, they're super young. Um and I'm not into pranks and all of that kind of stuff. I think pranks are just, oh my god, her sink looks horrible. You know how people have those, I'm so distracted, easily distracted. You know how people have those farmhouse sinks and they're white? They stain really easy. And if you don't stay on top of those, you will have a really ugly uh, sink. I do not want a white farmhouse sink. I definitely want a stainless steel sink. I think we have a farmhouse here, but it must have something, some type of coating on it, because it's not staining. It doesn't stain, but hers is like really stained, really bad, and it's got a lot of scratches. Okay, I digress. I'm not subscribed to his channel, but I was watching his videos because I thought that Ellie was a really good addition to his channel. And I was watching him, but I'm not subscribed. So I was watching, and just like Adrianne wants to be just like everybody else. And when a story is big on YouTube, this sector of YouTube, not YouTube as a whole, just this sector of YouTube. When people are talking about stuff, then of course everybody wants to make videos about it so that they can get clicks and views. And Adrian felt like, oh, okay, well, at least this person is in my family, so of course I can talk about it because it is my nephew, even though she does not have a relationship with her nephew. We all know that. We all know that Adrian is not talking to Dalvin or the other one, Darius. Adrian ain't talking to him, and they're not talking to her. So her take on the situation is just like mine or any of the other content creators that are making videos about this situation. Plus, I did a little bit more research on that Bishop Whitehead situation. So, yesterday, I guess a young lady disrupted his church service. She said that she had a message from God. Now, she was speaking in tongues. She did an interview with Larry Reed on his channel. And she told Larry Reed that she was writing a book and that she went to Bishop Whitehead's church. I guess to like get information for her book or research or whatever. So she said when she got there, the ushers took her temperature, because that's what they do at churches now. Because even my mother-in-law said when she goes to church, they take your temperature before you can go in and stuff. And they have to sit 6 feet apart and all that kind of stuff. So she said when she got there, they took her temperature and they let her in. And for some reason, she said that the Holy Ghost spoke to her and gave her this message that she was speaking in tongues, and she had the message, and she got up, interrupted the pastor's interrupted him while he was doing service, which is completely out of order. I don't care what anybody says. You do not enter, even if you don't like this man. What she should have did, all of that kind of stuff, she could have did that after service. It's out of order to interrupt a minister while he's preaching. You are showing that person and the rest of the congregation that you have absolutely no respect for them. And that was the thing. She had no respect for him. So, she interrupted his service. And she walked towards his wife and child, and he grabbed her by the neck and kind of walked her out of the church. He grabbed her by like the back of her neck and kind of like, marched her out of the church, because he had since released the footage, the camera footage from inside. Because what happened was, there was footage released on the shade room, but it only showed him grabbing her and then going out of frame. So you didn't see what happened when he grabbed her. So today he released the rest of the footage from a different camera angle, and it just shows him holding her at the back of the neck. But I guess in the process, he scratched her somewhere. In the process of him grabbing her, he scratched her. So it shows him holding her forcefully and ushering her on out the door, basically. So I guess when she got out and realized she had been scratched and she was bleeding, she called the police. And so they were both arrested. She was arrested and he was arrested also. So I guess they both get down to the police station and they're released. They both were released because it wasn't like she wasn't hurt, even though she was scratched and she was bleeding. They both were released. So the bishop decided to have a press conference in front of, because oh my gosh, this bishop is so, he just has to be seen. So he decides to have a press conference today in front of the police steps, in front of the steps of the police office in New York. Oh my God. Did Gizmo take his pill? Because I just found a pill on the floor. And now that's making me think he didn't take his pill this morning. But I think he did though, because I put it in the meat. That one must have just failed. Maybe it was from yesterday. So he had a press conference this morning where he was talking about the situation that happened. And then I guess after he had his press conference, the young lady went on Larry Reid show and talked about her side of the story. I mean, I don't know. When I looked at the video footage that he released, that young lady was out of order. It seems like she went there with that intent, because someone was with her and they were filming also. So you went there to do that. Then if you went there to disrupt his service, then you got what you deserved. Like, why are you bothering this man? If he is doing something that, people feel is wrong, because, people have said that he has taken people's money, he's a scammer. He has put on a class for how to buy a house or something like that, and people, he was scamming people out of money. But if he is doing that, you're gonna have to let the Lord deal with that, not you. You can't go to this man's church and not expect him to not defend himself when it comes to his family. Now, who knows if that first situation that happened a month ago, who knows if that was real, or, if that was a scam where the people went into the church and robbed him of, he said, over $400,000 worth of jewelry. Who knows if that was real, if it was fake or what. But that's between him, the police, and the Lord. I think at this point, people are picking with him, and this man has every right to defend his wife and his child. If you see somebody come in your church, you don't know this person, she's speaking in tongues and, getting all loud during my service, and then she walk up on my daughter and my wife, I have every right to defend her, to defend my family. And that's what he did. Oh, I said it was Dalvin. I have every right to defend my family. And I think that's what he did. He just defended his family forcefully. He grabbed her by the neck and escorted her ass out the church. And what she should have. But my thing is, you have had a traumatic situation happen to you and your wife in your ministry, and you don't have security. Why do you not have security at this point? Somebody then ran up in your church and robbed you of $400,000, and you don't have security? I used to attend a church that was in the hood. Like, it was really in a bad area of town. I mean, it was the hood, so hood that when we collected offering, the deacons would lock the door, would lock the doors of the church. So, it wouldn't, my pastor never wanted to take a chance of us collecting offering and somebody run up in the church and rob us while that was going on. Like, he explained it to everybody. It was a small congregation, so we all knew, the deacons knew, everybody knew what was going on, that during that period of time, the doors would be locked. Like, we never had a problem, but it's better to be safe than sorry. And sometimes he would just, leave the doors locked while service was going on, because you're getting into service. Everybody is into service. Everybody got their head down. They reading the Bible. You're minding your own business. You don't want to be worried about some crazy person walking in off the street, and then we all got to fight. Because, like, we had a really nice pastor. Like, we really did. And everybody that went to that church was mostly about it. And we had all come to the conclusion that if anything ever happened, anybody ever, run up in this church, we gonna fight. We gonna fight. And I believe that one of the deacons, I believe he was strapped. He never said anything, but he kind of had that, he kind of had that look like, I will shoot somebody if they come up in here. We never had any problems. Like, my pastor was, he was very prayerful. You know what I mean? Like, he was one of those pastors, like, On Saturdays, he would come down. We would clean the church on Saturdays and stuff. And while we would be inside cleaning, he would be walking around outside the church praying and, like laying hands on the building and praying a, prayer of protection for like the next day that, nobody ever came in. And it worked. We never had a problem. You know, we had one incident where somebody came in, they were drunk, and the pastor and the deacons had to, kind of take him in the back and, kind of get him back out on the street. But as far as, somebody coming in trying to rob us or do something like that, like it never happened. But it's better to be safe than sorry. So I don't understand why this man has been robbed before and you don't have any security, or you don't have any security measures, or you don't have anything in place to, keep stuff like that from happening. I just don't. I don't think if I had been at a church and somebody came in with a gun and robbed my pastor, I don't think I could have went back. Because if things hadn't changed, if they didn't have security or some kind of measures to make sure that shit didn't happen again, I couldn't have came back. That would have been it for me in that particular church. So the interview with the young lady that did this mess is on Larry Reed's channel, and it don't seem like she is taking any accountability for what she did. It just seems like she did it on purpose for whatever reason. And I don't know why she didn't think that this man, I don't know why she don't think that pastor was going to, you walked up on his wife and child. And you didn't think that, like, this a black man. This is a black man that did time in prison and everything. Like, this is not a degular black guy. This is a black guy that has done time in prison. That went from prison to ministry. So you didn't think that he was gonna run up on you? He was gonna grab you? Like, this dude he sound like he from the streets. Hey, honeybee, he talks like he from the streets. He has that whole New York, I'm from the hood type vernacular. You didn't think? I'm surprised he didn't give her more than what he gave her, but he probably didn't because he knows it's recorded. Them cameras saved you. Because that man could have really went off. Like, you approaching his wife and child, that man could have really hurt you. So I don't know what her end game was. I think I fell asleep on that Larry Reed interview because I can only take so much of Larry Reed. I'm not even gonna lie. I can only take so much of him. I don't know. He irks me. So I'll cut it off. I don't know. So Tasha K, looks like Tasha K is in Africa. I don't know how long she's going to be in Africa, but she's in Africa with her husband's side of the family. So looks like they got married again this weekend or something, or renewed their vows. So people are saying that she went to Africa to get away from paying Cardi B her money. But I'm pretty sure the courts, just because you flee to another country, don't mean that your debt here in the U.S. has been taken care of. She's still gonna have to pay that girl her money. And Cardi B is kind of in a pickle right now because it looked like the other girl is suing Cardi B. So Cardi B probably need that money from Tasha K to pay this court case she got with the other girl. Because Cardi haven't had any new songs. She ain't been on no tour. And if you're not touring, you ain't making no money. I'm pretty sure Cardi is doing like club promotions. I'm pretty sure she gets money from, what is that clothing line she works with? Whatever. I'm pretty sure she gets, some money from that. But that's not like touring money. And then her husband ain't touring right now. Ain't the Migos broke up? He's not doing an album. These rappers have a short shelf life. Short. The shelf life of rappers is not like wine. They don't age gracefully. Because see, these kids, they move on to the next little new shiny new thing. They don't hold on to rappers for long because there's too many people out here trying to be rappers. So you have to stay on top. And it's hard to do that. And Cardi B ain't had a hit in a minute. She ain't had a hit in what, 2 years? Let me ask Siri. Oh, yeah, in 2020. 2020 or 2021 it says, but I don't remember that. So you ain't got no hits. You ain't making no money. Because it's Fashion Nova. So how much money could she be making with Fashion Nova? I mean, she probably gets, she probably getting a little something here and there, little, dips and daps, but it ain't like touring money. It ain't like the money you get when you're touring, when when you got hits and stuff. So when you living a lifestyle, you out here buying $1 million mansions and Bugattis and Lamborghinis and all of this kind of stuff. You got to have money coming in. You got to have money coming in. Because if you just got money going out, that going out money gonna go out quick. The money that's going out, you got to have money coming in to replace it. You only want to wear designer. You only want your children to wear designer. You want your children to attend prestigious schools like, Beyonce's children. You want your kids to be on the same level as other celebrities, because you don't want all the other celebrity kids to, go to fancy schools and your kid at the public school getting beat up every day. You can't have that. But you got to have money. You got to have money for all that. So I'm pretty sure Cardi B was banking on that money from Tasha K. Because now she got this other case. Like, you out here a celebrity, you can't be beating up people and you a celebrity. Because people gonna sue you. Hey, Lucky, you can't be out here jumping on people and fighting people as a celebrity. Because people are going to sue you. If a celebrity hit me, I'm most definitely gonna sue them. I'm gonna throw the book at their ass. So yeah, you can't be out here busting bottles, on people. You can't be throwing bottles and hookahs and stuff at people and you a celebrity. She should have looked at what happened to the brat. The brat almost lost everything, bopping some girl upside the head with a bottle. She went to prison behind that. She went to jail. The brat did some time in jail behind that incident that she had. So Cardi B lucky she didn't get no jail time. She got 3 years. She was sentenced to 3 years in prison and 7 years of probation and 200 hours of community service in May of 2010. In May of 2010, she was released from prison on a work release program. I mean, the brat literally almost messed up her entire life. She was so blessed that she got out of jail, she got out of prison, and, was able to go back to work. She on that, radio show. She had to pay that girl restitution. She had to pay, it was a $6.4 million judgment to the girl. And they said she owed $1.25 million to Sony Music. Because I'm pretty sure when she went to jail, she messed up her contract. She wasn't able to uphold her contract. So these celebrities have to be careful what they're doing. Cardi B got off good. She had a good attorney. She didn't have to do any jail time, but she has to pay this. I'm pretty sure she's gonna have a fat restitution to pay to this young lady. She got into an altercation a couple of years ago at a club, and she hit a girl with a hookah. The hookah thing that they be smoking, she hit the girl with that. And I think a bottle or something. So the girl sued her. And instead of allowing, because Cardi B knew she did it. So instead of letting the case go to trial, Cardi pleaded guilty. She pleaded guilty. So with her pleading guilty, there most definitely will be restitution. And Cardi has to do some um so many hours of community service. Yeah, it just came out like last week that she pleaded guilty in the case. She knew she was guilty. She knew she, not only did she know she did it, I think it was filmed. They had her ass on tape. They had her on tape doing it. I guess the girl had said something about Offset or whatever. And instead of allowing somebody else to handle that mess, Cardi jumped bad and did it. The brat hit somebody with a bottle, like bust a bottle over someone's head at a club. Like, I guess her and another girl got into it at a club, and she took a champagne bottle and busted over the girl's head. Like, she like really hurt this girl though. Like, really hurt her to the point where the girl had to have like restorative surgery, cosmetic surgery to, try to fix the brat really hurt this girl. That's why the brat went to jail for 3 years. But celebrities, like, she really got out of jail, and I remember when the brat got out of jail, because I was like super happy that she got out of jail. But this was before I really did, some research and found out what she did. Then I was like, no, your ass deserved to be in jail. But she got out of jail. She had to go stay in a halfway house for a minute, and I don't know how she ended up getting a job, a job at like the radio station or wherever. I think in Atlanta or whatever. But she got her job, and I'm hoping she's paying restitution, because I think when she first got out, she was like, I ain't paying that girl shit. I ain't giving her no money. But I think she was like, that girl was like, yeah, you gonna give me my money. You're definitely gonna give me my money. So, it's bad when celebrities forget they celebrities. Like, you can't be out here fighting like regular people, because you have a lot more to lose than regular people. Because when somebody sue you, they know you got money and they want it. So, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Cardi learned her lesson from this. You can't be in the club playing tough girl, because somebody gonna pull your bluff, and they gonna sue your ass, and they gonna win. Especially if they have it recorded that you did it. So that's where Miss Cardi is right now, dealing with that situation. So I'm pretty sure she wants Tasha K to give her money. So that's it, y'all. I just came in to talk about Dalvin and Adrianne, with her not knowing what's going on. Ass Adrianne don't have a clue as to who Ellie is, what Ellie did. None of us know what happened. None of us. And I think that's best. I really do. I hope that neither one of them. I hope Ellie goes on with her life and do her videos or whatever. And I hope Dalvin just goes on with his YouTube. And I hope neither one of them say what happened. We shouldn't know. We should not know their business. Girl, no, I had to sleep that melatonin off. I after I got off the first live and my husband went to work, I had to sleep that shit off. And I still feel groggy. I still feel like it. I'm not messing. And I was, the crazy thing is, I was talking to my son about that last night. Me and my son was talking, and he was like, "I'm not messing with melatonin no more." He was like, "Cause every time I take that stuff, I always feel groggy, the next day or whatever." And I was telling him, I was like, "I do too." Because I hadn't taken it in a while. I was like, I do too. I feel, so groggy. But I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning and just could not go back to sleep. And I was like, I don't want to get out the bed at 5 o'clock. I'm going to take this melatonin. And it just seemed like the melatonin didn't even kick in like it normally does. It seemed like it took it a while to kick in. And then it seems like when it did kick in, I wasn't in REM sleep. I was just in surface sleep. But I've been just in a fog all day. Yeah, I don't know what it was. But that was the one that, I don't know. Maybe my body just, I don't know, just don't want to deal with it. Because I just been slow. You know, I feel like if I was driving today, I wouldn't be as alert as I should be. I just been feeling just slow, like energy low. I mean, energy low could be a lot of things. It could be my thyroid or whatever, but just slower than usual. So, and I felt like when I woke up, I took a nap. And I was like, all right, I'm about to sleep this shit off. I lay down, and when I woke up, I was just like, I was hot. And I woke up and I was tired. It didn't even feel like I had took a nap. I was tired. I was like, fuck. And watch, tonight, I'm probably going to have a hard time going to sleep. Tonight will probably be one of those nights where, even though I've been feeling sluggish all day, I'll probably be up until 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm hoping that I won't, but usually that's what happens. Yeah, I don't want to go no 3 days though. I never go 3 days without really sleeping. That that's never happened. But I will have days where I'm woke until 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I'll go to sleep, and then I'll wake up at 8 or 9 o'clock, and that's definitely not enough sleep. That's not enough sleep for anybody. If I don't at least get 6 hours of sleep, I'm super tired. So I don't know. It's hypo. It's hypo. And it's always been hypo. So for even when I just had a goiter and they hadn't removed my thyroid, it was hypo. And then they said after they remove your thyroid, sometimes it does change, but mine didn't. So I am hypothyroid. I was listening to Tasha K today, and she was saying, she has hyperthyroid. And she was saying, yeah, most people think that people with hyperthyroid get really skinny and lose a lot of weight. But she was saying that her appetite is revved up. And I think she said that she is 40 pounds heavier than she normally is. Now, I had a friend that was hyperthyroid and she was super thin. She was very thin. Like, she didn't have a problem. As a matter of fact, she had a problem trying to gain weight. She was underweight. And I used to always say, damn, I wish I had that one. Why I had to get the one that, make you fat? But I don't eat a lot. My appetite is not revved up. I don't have a super big appetite. My metabolism is just super slow. My metabolism is super slow, and my digestive system is super slow. So, if I'm not very careful about my carbs and sugar intake, then I do gain weight. But the good thing about me is I don't gain a whole lot of weight. I usually stay around the same 5 to 7 pounds. I usually hold on to them. But yeah, what age were you when I found? I was in my early 30s, I think. I think yeah, early 30s. When they found the goiter, I was in my early 30s, and that was when I was like, oh, okay, you have problems with your thyroid. But it was small. It was like super small. And they watched it. They were doing a thyroid biopsy twice a year. No cancer cells ever found. But it just started growing. The goiter just kept growing. And it eventually had to be removed. And when it was removed, they do a complete biopsy then they take the thyroid and send it out, and it's tested from different angles to make sure that there's no cancer. So I never had thyroid cancer, but I had a very enlarged thyroid, a very large goiter, which grew on my thyroid, which they, prompted them to just remove the whole thing. So I've had this over 20 years because I was in my 30s when this first started. I didn't have it removed until I was in my 40s. So I went 10 years just on the medication alone with a janky thyroid because I still had it. So now it's been 10 years without a thyroid. So I've been on both sides. I've had 10 years of a thyroid with a tumor on it, and then I've been 10 years without a thyroid completely. So I don't have a thyroid at all now. So I'm living without a thyroid. His mine was removed. So all I have is a piece of the parathyroid, because even a part of my parathyroid was removed also. So, yeah, I'm one of the unfortunate people that, because when you don't have your thyroid, your parathyroid kicks in to try to make up for or help the body function without the thyroid. So I don't even have a complete parathyroid because they had to take part of that off because it was the tumor was attached to that also. That's why when I look at Tasty Talks, I don't understand why she won't have it removed, because she doesn't know the damage that that goiter can do. Because I didn't know either. I didn't know that it can damage your esophagus, it can damage your vocal cords, it can damage your parathyroid. It's so many things that goiter can be doing that they won't know. The surgeon won't know until they get in and remove it, because it's a tumor, and tumors graft on to other areas of the body. Like a tumor is not going to stay localized in one area. It just grows and just destroys. And I didn't realize, and mine was not as big as hers. And it did some major damage. Like them removing that goiter. When they removed the goiter was laying, part of it was like up against my vocal cords. And when they had to, cut it, they had to slice down the vocal cord. So that was the first thing they did after they woke me up from surgery. They were like, "Okay, Miss Williams, you have to talk. We have to see if you can speak," because they had cut into my vocal cord. I could talk, but my voice progressively was damaged. So what happened was, when the surgery healed on the inside, my vocal cord developed a polyp. So if you go back a couple of years, go back 3 years on my videos, and you will hear how my voice sounds. So I had to have surgery 3 years ago, where they went in and removed that polyp from my vocal cords. And they said they weren't sure what my voice was going to be like. They were praying that my voice would come back to some semblance of normalcy, but it wasn't 100%. The surgery was 100% that they could remove the polyp, but not 100% that my voice was going to be normal. And there are times, I don't know if you guys can tell, there are times when my voice will, kind of screech, or I can hear it, and so can my husband. The pitch will change, but that's because my vocal cords have been damaged. And it was all because of the initial surgery when they removed the goiter. So, it's a lot. I try to tell people, if you have a goiter, get it removed. Get it removed as soon as they tell you that it's there. Don't give it a chance to grow and develop, because you never know. You can see it coming this way, but you can't see what it's doing going the other way. And the surgeons cannot see it either until they get in and open you up and see how much damage is on the inside. If you have a goiter, get it taken out. As soon as they realize that it's something going on with your thyroid, get it taken care of. Because it's not something that you want to, sit around and mess with. Because sometimes that's why I don't stay on live for long periods of time, because my throat gets really dry and my throat gets tired. Like it seems like my vocal cords get tired. I stopped preaching because of this. Like I had to like legit retire. I stopped preaching because it was too much of a strain on my vocal cords for me to, I was preaching on Sundays. I was doing uh, Bible study on Wednesdays, and it was just too much on my vocal cords for me to do all of that. Then I was running classes during the week, and it was just too much. Like, after Sunday, I would barely be able to talk. I couldn't even talk. And at the time, I had a voice. I had a therapist that I was going to, that was trying to help me train my voice, and they were like, no, you're going to have surgery. You're going to have to stop talking. You doing too much. You're going to have to, you're going to have to stop preaching. And like that hurt me, because I felt like if God had called me to preach, then he was going to fix this. Like I legit had people really praying for me that, God would heal this area of my life and, would fix this, and I would be able to go on and, continue with ministry, and this, wouldn't be a stumbling block for me. But it was. It was. I stopped preaching. I said, okay, I'm gonna, stop preaching. I'm going to go ahead and have the surgery and, let my voice heal, because after the surgery, you go through this period where they don't want you to talk. And like the first 2 weeks, you couldn't do anything but whisper, no real talking. And then you have to kind of move up to talking. And I just, after everything healed and the surgery and everything healed up so nicely, and, I sound so normal, I was just like, I'm not preaching again. I'm not going to go back to preaching. So I didn't. Yeah, find you an endocrinologist, and just if you have a goiter, really stay on that and get it taken care of. I hate to see people who let who don't take care of it. And it's such a simple thing to, take care of. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people in this world who have issues with their thyroid. It's not an uncommon thing. It's something that is treatable, and, let your find you a good endocrinologist, or, your doctor should be able to, refer you to a endocrinologist. I know things are tight right now with COVID. As a matter of fact, I haven't seen my endocrinologist in a while, but I do get my thyroid checked. As a matter of fact, I just had it checked not too long ago. You gotta go to the bathroom? Let me take Gizmo out, y'all. So um thank you guys for coming by. I just wanted to talk about Dalvin and Ellie and Adrian. I hope you get it taken care of, honeybee, because you know your thyroid will have you just feeling out of whack when it's not right. When your thyroid levels are off, you're just not going to feel good. As a matter of fact, I think I just had mine checked not too long ago. But, when I'm not sleeping good, but some of this is gizmo too. I'm still, kind of stressed out about what's going on with him. And when I'm stressed, I don't sleep well. So he's still not feeling um he's still not feeling the best. And I did look it up, and it does say that sometimes this situation takes a month or two to resolve. And it hasn't been 2 weeks yet. It can take up to a month or so before it's resolved. But he just seems to still be in a lot of pain. So I'm going to call his vet tomorrow and talk to them again. And, just to be reassured that, okay, are we on the right, direction? Or, should he be on a stronger medication? Or, what? Should we be increasing his dosage? And I guess I didn't read one of the pills right, because it said I could give it to him 3 times a day, and I was giving it to him twice a day. So I didn't want to, like overdose the dog. So I don't know. I think that's part of it too. Dealing with him is stressful, and any kind of stress when you have thyroid issues kind of puts you in a bad position also. That too. But we can't go to Disney if he's not feeling better. So I was talking to my son about that last night, and I was like, well, if we don't make it to Halloween, we will definitely make it for Christmas. I mean, because I technically want to do both. I want to do Halloween and Christmas. But if we don't make it to Halloween, we'll definitely make it to Christmas. I mean, I want to do both, but. And I wanted to do Halloween because the weather will be decent still in LA for Halloween. The weather will probably be good for Christmas too, because December December in California is the weather is not bad. The weather doesn't really start to get bad here until like January. Sometime in January, we'll start to get a little bit more rain, and it'll get a little colder. Normally for Christmas, the weather's not bad. So as long as we get there for Christmas, I'll be happy. So if we don't make it for Halloween, I'm good. Hey, Demona. Yeah, girl, you late. I'm getting ready to go. Yeah, girl, our fur babies, that's my child. I love him. We his little bad self. I love you. You a bad boy. You got to get better, okay? You got to get better, little bad boy. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully there'll be something interesting for us to talk about. If not, we'll talk about Adrianne with her crazy self. Cause she definitely gonna do some videos. So we'll talk about her. We'll figure something out to talk about. Yeah, it will. It'll give us more time to but LA, we really don't really have to prepare that much for LA because it's so close. We can literally drive up there. And since my husband has family not too far from Disneyland, we can stay with his aunt because that's what we did the last time we went up there. We can stay with her and, come on back home. Even though I want to stay at the hotel because they have a swimming pool. I don't know. I want to stay at the Disneyland hotel, but I don't want to pay that kind of money though. But I wouldn't mind staying there. To get the whole experience. I hit it big on YouTube. I'm definitely going to do that. But I ain't hit it big yet. So if I ever get there, then I'm definitely gonna do that. Okay, Demona, I can't speak French, girl. You gonna have to teach me how to speak some French. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you guys. Thank you for showing up. Thank you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.